welcome to this live stream. My name is Jared Dempsey. I'm the creator of Effortless Qigong. And before I dive into this routine, if you're new to the channel, definitely check out the free Effortless Qigong 7-day challenge to get your Qigong practice started right away, because it's not always about how long you practice, it's about your consistency of practicing. And if you're serious about having less stress, more energy, and really cultivating your life force energy, then that's why I've designed the Effortless Qigong 7-day challenge. You can get started right away. You can join completely for free on effortlessqigong.com. The link is in the header of my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about a concept called Misogi. Okay, this is a Japanese concept, and I learned about this concept in this book called The Tao of Personal Leadership by Diane Dreher. And for me, books on spiritual wisdom are just so important to my personal growth, my spiritual development, and of course my Qigong practice. So I wanted to do a little reading here of a section of this book where she talks about Misogi, to give you kind of an intro to what I'll be talking about in this live. So it starts like this. Misogi, rituals of joy and renewal. Facing an endless stream of challenges, we often get so caught up in the task at hand that we omit time for personal renewal. Yohaku, as was mentioned in the last chapter, is essential for restoring our creativity and peace. Also essential are regular rituals of Misogi. The samurai of old Japan, who followed Taoist practices, knew that no matter how deep their loyalty to their liege lord, their first duty was to their own spiritual growth. Without a strong core of personal integrity, they could not function effectively and could not maintain loyalty to the cause they believed in. Thus, their daily lives were structured by rituals of empowerment. One of these rituals was an essential misogi, or cleansing practice, polishing their swords. The swords of the samurai are legendary for their power and precision. They were made by swordsmiths who performed sacred chants while forging the many layers of tempered steel. Known as the soul of the samurai, these swords were strong but mutable, requiring daily polishing, or they would rust in Japan's humid climate. So it is with our consciousness, an essential tool in leadership. Like a samurai, our awareness can cut through layers of deception, clearing the way for new possibilities. But like the sword, unless our consciousness is given daily attention, polished and renewed, it will lose its edge and rust away from neglect. Without regular misogi, leaders can over-identify with their roles, becoming stuck in rigid adherence to duty and self-abnegation. Their health suffers and their work becomes less effective. Exhausted and beaten down by routine, they cannot see new possibilities. Misogi brings us renewal, as well as greater vision and creativity. We live better and work better, empowered by the energy of joy. The Tao Te Ching tells us the truth is often paradoxical. One such paradox is the renewing power of exercise. Many busy people think they neither have the time nor the energy for regular exercise. Little do they know that exercise will give them more energy and focus, enabling them to make optimal use of their time. Research has shown that exercise makes us feel better physically and emotionally while counteracting the effects of chronic stress. That's a little piece of this book called The Tao of Personal Leadership. So I was really inspired by this paragraph because I think this concept of Misogi is so foundational to what inspires me about Qigong and mindfulness, meditation, and why I've created all these videos here on YouTube. And because life is going to continue to throw us challenges and setbacks, and these challenges can come in so many different forms. And so what I want to do is, first I just want to go through talking about in this live, sort of off the top of my head here, various life challenges that I've experienced, that I've seen other people experience. I want to go through and list and sort of paint this picture. And then I want to talk about the different types of Misogi practices that we can do. Now, Qigong will be one of them, of course, and there's different types of Qigong techniques and practices that are good for different types of situations. But let's dive into some different challenges that we're gonna face in life that I think using these Misogi, which is basically practices to cleanse the mind and cleanse the body to create stillness and clarity. For example, the samurai polishing their sword every day or keeping it sharp, shiny, and fresh so it doesn't get dull or rusted in the humid Japanese climate. So, some of the if you consider our mind, our mental clarity, our focus, maybe even our self-esteem as the blade, right? The samurai's blade. We want to keep it sharp, clean, and ready for use. Because our minds are very powerful, right? Our minds and our bodies, our hearts are very powerful. But they easily rust when we don't maintain them over the long term. Some of the challenges we may face is having a lack of sleep. Other challenges we might face are just difficulties at work. For example, having a toxic work environment can really dull our blade. Another example would be just simply being in a job where we're not aligned with what we're doing, and that can be an issue, just like you fundamentally are not enjoying the work you do. Other things can be making mistakes and errors, which happen to all of us. We make a mistake at work, we get even just like a feedback or a correction, or we get in trouble for that mistake at work. That can really cause issues for our mental clarity. Other things can be like financial stresses, getting rejected, having a breakup, difficult things going on in the news, simply working too much, right? Working too much throughout the day and not taking breaks to exercise, to move, to breathe, to pause our thinking. You know, sometimes when we're dealing with problems, we might even take a break at lunch, but we just keep thinking the whole way through our lunch, and it's not really a break. These are examples of different challenges. And then some other issues might just be stress is just being built up throughout the week, just dealing with normal, regular challenges. Sometimes the way that we think about the world, our cognition, our perceptions, the way that we speak to ourselves, because of how other people have spoken to us, that can cause our blade to become rusty and dull. Okay, so these are all the different types of challenges, or not all, but many different types of challenges that can lead to the dulling of our mind, the lack of clarity. Okay? Now, a clear mind is essentially objective, proactive, thinks well of itself, isn't easily triggered or defensive or reactive to situations. It has a centered, grounded locus of control. It's essentially happy and blissful at its core, has clear boundaries, sharp focus, and it knows what it's doing, right? Even if there's uncertainty in the situation, it has a level of confidence to to get the job done. It's cutting through self-deception of other people's opinions, and it's working toward his goals. Some of the Misogi practices I think are really important to address is, first of all, yes, Qigong. Doing Qigong practices that purge stress, that calm the mind, like any practice that is more forceful to really shake out and move stress out of the body can be great. Qigong practices that involve deep breathing, stretching, mindfulness, working through the 5 elements can be great, trying to balance the 5 elements through healing sounds or 5 element flows can be great. And then we can just do essentially sitting meditation or guided meditations can be fantastic Misogi practices. But oftentimes just sitting and following the breath for 20 minutes to an hour, or if you have 10 hours, that can be an even deeper practice. Sometimes people will do things like, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but they'll meditate for like 10 days straight, 100 hours. And that can be like a good yearly Misogi practice for really deep work on cleansing the mind. Another practice we can do is journaling and contemplation. That can be really powerful. And there's different types of journaling and contemplation. You can just do mind dump, where you just write all your thoughts out without filtering them. You can do gratitude meditations, or you can even do forgiveness journaling, which can be great. If what's blocking you from having mental clarity and looking forward into the future, or even being present right now in a healthy, positive way, a joyful way, sometimes it's resentments or angers that we're holding on to from the past. And so forgiveness is one of the most powerful Misogi practices out there. And doing a meditation or a journaling practice that is focused around forgiving people can be really, really powerful. And there's many different types of practices there, like Byron Katie's work, or even aspects of the Sedona method can be great to use in those situations. And then other than that, we've got things like cold showers can be great. Walking out in nature can be great. Speaking to a friend or a therapist or a coach can be great. Even just taking a shower, grooming yourself, keeping your space clean and organized. I notice that's one of the big things for me is if I'm really lacking in clarity, it can be really great to clean my room. If you're lacking clarity with finances, taking an hour or 2 or 3 or a day to really groom and look through and face your financial situation can be great. Another practice also could just be having a truth moment, a moment where you sit down with a journal or with yourself and you decide to face some truths, whatever's going on. Like sometimes what can happen that can ruin our mental clarity is we spend a lot of time avoiding truths about ourselves, about situations. When we can actively pursue the truth of a situation head on, that can also be great for increasing mental clarity and can be used as a good reset. So just to wrap up this life can be full of challenges, negative emotions, setbacks, difficulties. And I think that if we don't start actively using these Misogi practices for emotional, energetic, and physical, even spiritual renewal on a regular basis, we're never going to be able to fully actualize and step into life in a powerful way, because we're going to be held back by these mental distortions and these stains on our consciousness. And that's why having a regular practice, whether it's daily with a Qigong practice in the morning, which is why I've created the Effortless Qigong Master Your Morning Routine program, which is designed to help people to develop a morning routine in the first week, when we go about sustaining that routine through the whole program of 5 weeks. And then each week we will address other aspects to kind of build on from that. Like week 2, we'll go over concepts of sustaining and maintaining our energy throughout the day, right? Because like we're going to be dealing with fatigues and challenges throughout the day, but there are techniques like with simple nutrition and Qigong techniques and just mindfulness to prolong the quality of energy we have throughout the day. That way we don't crash as hard. So that's great. From morning to evening. And then week 3, we're talking a lot about Qigong practices for building and protecting your energy, and also cognitive frameworks for doing the same thing. And then week 4, it's really about maintaining habits, really just looking a bit closer at all of our habits and how everything's fitting together, kind of sustaining the first 3 weeks. And then step 5 is all about embodying confidence and high quality energy. And yeah, bringing the program together on a high note at the end of that. And so really it's a program of Misogi in a sense. It's a program of self-renewal and joy. Currently one person is going through this program and they are really enjoying it so far. My goal is to get 4 more people to go through it as we are launching and working through the beta program. If it seems like something you'd be interested in, of course, hop on the effortlessqigong.com, go to the page, the Master Your Morning Routine sales page, and book a call, and we'll see if we're a fit together. All right. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for watching this live. I'm gonna go and actually do myself a little Qigong practice here. Probably a Qigong practice for emotional balance. Continuing to cultivate my own Misogi is so important. And thanks again for watching. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing here to Effortless Qigong. This is a pretty rare, I guess there's other Qigong channels out there, but Effortless Qigong, I'm intentionally trying to make it more holistic than just the Qigong practices. I've created a catalog of free routines, perfect for people just getting into Qigong or people who want to have short, quick, easy practices. And from there, my goal is to deepen both the quality of the practices and in the Effortless Qigong beta program, but also the Effortless Qigong Elevate video library. That's where I want to make longer, more deep forms for people who are looking to deepen the practice. And so you can currently sign up for that. That's also a great way to support the channel. If you've been doing these routines every single day, you really like them, you can support the channel and get exclusive ad-free videos by signing up for the Effortless Qigong Elevate Your Morning Routine page. So I'll be making a post about that later this week as well. And it's $100 for the whole year. It's an ever-growing library. So yeah, that's a great way to support the channel and get exclusive videos. And also, when you invest in something, even something small like that, because $100 for a whole year is really nothing. It shows to yourself that you're willing to commit and take that next step to really build your practice. And it also helps me to continue to put out more videos, more routines, higher quality routines, both for free and in the video library for people like you who are benefiting from these routines right now. And of course, if you're new to Qigong and you're looking to build up your habit, sign up for the Effortless Qigong 7-day challenge, because it's completely free. You get videos every day for 7 days. And I'm getting pretty good feedback from it, so I think you'll enjoy it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're having a great day. Peace.